Take two bars of music. Each one holds 6/8 notes. Count them and they match exactly. Play them at the same tempo and they sound nothing alike. One rolls and lilts like a jig. The other steps evenly like a waltz. The notes are identical. The time signatures are different. 6/8 versus 3/4. That difference comes down to a single question: does each beat divide into 2 or into 3? Your answer to that question is the whole of this lesson. 3/4 is what musicians call simple time. Simple does not mean easy. It names a specific property: every beat in a simple time signature divides into exactly 2 equal halves. 3/4 has 3 beats per bar. The bottom number, 4, tells you the beat unit is a quarter note. Each quarter note beat can split cleanly into 2/8 notes. When you count a bar of 3/4, you say 1 and 2 and 3 and. Those ands land exactly halfway through each beat. Every subdivision is equal. Every division is by 2. That two-way split is the defining feature of simple time, and it is why 3/4 walks with such an even, measured step. 2/4 and 4/4 are also simple time for exactly the same reason. 2 beats or 4 beats, it does not matter. Each one still splits into exactly 2. Simple time is the default of most Western music you have ever heard. Tap 3/4 as a waltz. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 equal beats, each one dividing into 2. Now subdivide out loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and. You can feel the eighths landing evenly inside each beat. No swing, no lilt. Everything is symmetrical. Put that bar on a staff and you beam the eighth notes in pairs, the first 2 together, the next 2 together, the last 2 together. 2 plus 2 plus 2. That beaming is a direct picture of the structure. 3 beats, each one cut in half. The beaming on a written page is not decoration. It is a map of the beat groupings. When you see a pair of eighth notes joined by a single beam, you are seeing one beat split in 2. That visual grouping matches exactly what you feel when you tap. Compound time works differently. In compound time, each beat divides into 3 equal parts instead of 2. That 3-way division is what the word compound names. 6/8 is the most common compound signature. But here is the thing that trips nearly everyone: the 6 in 6/8 does not mean 6 beats. You do not feel 6 pulses when you hear 6/8. You feel 2. 2 large beats per bar, each one a dotted quarter note, each one holding 3/8 notes inside it. The 6 is just the total eighth note count. The real beat is the dotted quarter. When a composer writes 6/8, they are not asking you to count to 6. They are asking you to feel 2 large, rolling beats, each one subdividing into 3. Listen for the 2 big beats in 6/8. 1 and A, TWO and A. The first eighth note of each group of 3 carries the accent. Everything between the 2 accents is lighter, filling the gap. Tap your foot on ONE and TWO and feel 3 clicks inside each foot tap. That is the 6/8 pulse. A dotted quarter note lasts exactly 3/8 notes because the dot adds half the note value. Quarter note gets 2/8. Add half of that and you get 3/8 total. The dot is not decorative. It encodes the 3-way division directly into the beat unit. This is why dotted quarter notes appear so often in compound time. They are the natural beat unit when you divide by 3. Every compound signature with an 8 on the bottom uses the dotted quarter as its pulse. Now put 6/8 and 3/4 side by side and let your ears decide. 6/8 notes beamed 3 plus 3 in 6/8. The accents fall on the first and fourth eighth notes. The same 6 notes beam 2 plus 2 plus 2 in 3/4. The accents fall on the first, third, and fifth. Same notes, different accent positions, different beaming, completely different groove. Hear the waltz pulse, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Now the jig pulse, 1 and a TWO and A. The waltz steps. The jig bounces. That bounce is nothing but grouping by 3 instead of 2. A professional player can switch between 6/8 and 3/4 in the middle of a rehearsal just by changing where the accents fall. The notes do not change. The feel changes entirely. Once you know that compound signatures group by 3, reading any of them takes one short calculation. Divide the top number by 3 to find the number of felt beats per bar. 6 divided by 3 gives 2 felt beats. 9 divided by 3 gives 3. 12 divided by 3 gives 4. Then look at the bottom number and raise it one note value to find the beat unit. Bottom number 8 becomes a dotted quarter. The numbers 6 and 8 look as if they mean 6 beats of 8th note, but what they encode is 2 dotted quarter beats, each subdividing into 3/8. Once you know the formula, the signature stops being confusing and starts being useful. You glance at 6/8, divide, and you know immediately, 2 felt beats, dotted quarter pulse, jig feel. You glance at 12/8, for felt beats, dotted quarter pulse, slow blues feel. The formula works for every compound signature you will ever see. 9/8 has 3 dotted quarter beats per bar. Divide 9 by 3 and you get 3 felt beats. Count it as ONE and a TWO and a 3 and A. 3 large beats, each holding 3/8 notes. You hear 9/8 in slow triple compound pieces and in some folk music where that 3-group lilt is exactly the point. The structure is the same as 6/8, just one extra dotted quarter beat added to the bar. Because 3 felt beats can feel similar to a slow 3/4, 9/8 is sometimes used for pieces that want a waltz-like feeling but with a triplet subdivision built in rather than a straight one. 12/8 gives you 4 dotted quarter beats per bar. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Count it as ONE and a TWO and a 3 and a 4 and A for strong pulses, 12/8 notes, all grouped in 3s. 12/8 pairs with 4 for the way 6/8 pairs with 3/4. Both hold for felt beats. For 4 subdivides by 2. 12/8 subdivides by 3. Play a piece in 4/4 and it marches. Write the same piece in 12/8 and it swings. The bar count matches. The groove does not. This is why composers and arrangers sometimes renotate a piece from 4/4 to 12/8 when they want it to breathe more, to roll rather than march. The choice of signature tells the performer how to feel the beat, not just how to count it. Compound time is everywhere once you know what to listen for. Irish and Scottish jigs are in 6/8, that lift and bounce you feel is the 3-way division at work. Barcarolles, the gondola songs of 19th century Venice, sit in 6/8 and rock gently on 2 big beats, like a boat on water. Many slow blues and gospel ballads use 12/8 for big beats, each one rolling with that triplet feel inside. Even pop ballads sometimes quietly sit in 12/8 so the groove breathes rather than marches. When a piece has that lilt, when it feels like it rocks rather than steps, look at the time signature. Compound time is almost certainly the reason. Simple time divides each beat into 2. Compound time divides each beat into 3. That one sentence covers every time signature in this series. 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8 all follow the same rule. Divide the top by 3, raise the bottom by 1 value, and you have your felt beat count and your beat unit. Once you can hear the difference between a 2-way pulse and a 3-way pulse, you will never mistake a jig for a waltz again. The next topic in this series is key signatures. Just as the time signature tells you how beats are grouped, the key signature tells you which pitches are home and which are altered. Together they give you everything the first bar of a piece tells you before a single note sounds.